But who better than me?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the casual stream with your boy, Base the Kid. As always, please like and subscribe, share with a friend, a colleague, a relative, an associate, an enemy, any and all in between. It's appreciated. And with that being said, look, I'm here until just before 9 o'clock. I'm heading out. I've got a couple errands I need to run, but we had to do this quick fast and in a hurry. As you guys can see, I kind of moved the time. It was 7:30, then I moved it to 8, and then I managed to move it back because I thought the grand arrivals, it looked like it was taking a bit of time, you know, the interviews and everything, but Tyson Fury walked off, didn't want to do no media, so we managed to get up and get through this quite quickly. Now, I want to check something for everyone who's here, right? I've got my webcam here, not the one that's integrated to the laptop, my other one. But when I was doing a quick test on it, it was looking a little bit stop-startery. So what I want to do, I just want to check if you guys can see it clearly on the stream. So I'm just going to switch this camera off and move over to the other one and let me know if it judders or if it's clear and everything. And if it is, then I can use that one because it's much better quality than this one. 1 second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you guys can see that. I've literally just switched it over. In fact, let me go on my phone and see what it looks like on here. It looks to me like it might be skipping a bit. It looks cleaner, right? So it looks cleaner, but it's freezing. Okay, yeah, I thought so. All right. That's fine. We'll switch back to the other one. Looks good, little lag. All right, cool. 1 second. Which is such a shame. I'll boost up the RAM for the next stream because I got a new laptop. It's not like one of the greatest, but it's good enough for most things. Oh wait, it looks like we're that looks like it's a bit more stable right now. We'll go with it for a few moments. If it gets worse, we'll just take it off. Okay, right, so let's see who's in the building. First and foremost, thank you very much for being here. You got a man like Mr. Answer himself, Slava Ukrainia. Yes, shout out to Philip Answer each and every time. Ahija Selassie as well. Big up build up has been awfully quiet for the last major fight card of the year. Yeah, maybe scrimping and saving to come back with a bang for the next one because that February card is amazing, but yeah, I can't lie, this card is highly disappointing. Shout out to man that Hot Price, salute to you. Mulla in the building, shout out to you, my guy, big ups, thank you very much for being here. Andrew, big ups to you. Man like Tony the Pugilist boy, shout out to you as well. Blessings. People worried about Usyk getting robbed on the cards, but I have a feeling Usyk knows this and will close the show before time. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the mindset. Okay, that was from previous. Bit laggy, looks good, little lag happening, but it looks like we're all right at the minute. So for the time being, I can keep this stream up. But if it does start to freeze, it looks like it's doing it now. Oh, all right, cool. I'll go back to the old camera. It's fine. Which is highly annoying, but we'll sort that. We will sort that out. So you guys get me slightly more pixelated at this point, but Looking on my phone, actually, doesn't look as bad. From what I can see on my screen, it looks worse than what's on the phone. Uh, but yeah, that's all right. We'll do. It will do. It will do. Um, right. So, ladies and gentlemen, look, we've got. I've literally got the first fight on in the background. I'm looking at it sporadically, just checking these rounds, and I think at least once every 2 to 3 weeks, I watch that round nine. I mean, round nine was one of the greatest times I had watching boxing in a long time. Do you know the only other fight that audio has changed? Is that changed in a good way or changed in a bad way? Hold on 1 second. I apologize. This is me on the fly testing out new equipment and that. Oh, okay. So the mic is going through the. Right, hold on 1 second. Uh, there we go. So that should sound better now, in theory. Let me know if that sounds better. Let me know if that's, yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, it was, for some reason, it changed the camera, but it started putting the audio coming through here as well. And obviously, this was not clear anywhere. Let me take this out so there's no more problems. We'll come back to that. Philip says he missed the intro. Well, that's why you're supposed to stay on the stream, innit? No one told you to move. Man, like the beauty of the pencil. Shout out to you. Big ups, big ups. Okay, yeah. Audio's better now. All right, cool. Johnny Gaffer, big up base away. Big ups to you, Johnny Gaffer. Yeah, I was saying. So the only fight that I get more joy out of watching than the round 9 of Fury versus Usyk is round. Was it round? Hold on, I want to get this one right because I'm. It's come out of my head which round it was. Yeah. So the only round I find better than round 9 of Fury Usyk is round 8 of Usyk Bellew. I love that round. Shout out to man like Fidel Tawaldi. Big ups to you as well. When it said 7:30, then you changed the time to 8, and then I changed it back to 7:35. See, should have been keeping an eye on your notifications, Philip. But I understand. It was my error. I changed it because I thought the arrivals was going to last longer, and I didn't want to cut into it. So, yeah. But yeah, look, let's talk. So I didn't see every single one of the grand arrivals, but I saw the majority of them. Felt a little bit underwhelming, if I'm honest. Don't forget the round Bud took out Errol. But no, that one wasn't the same because I already knew that was going to happen. And even though I knew what was going to happen in these two fights as well, or I felt I did, that was less satisfying because it was a foregone conclusion. Whereas these ones, there was a mystery of intrigue. Plus, I don't hate Errol Spence Jr. I didn't like, obviously, how he was given so much of a platform to be quote unquote the best, even though he was actively avoiding the guy to prove that you're the best up and right until the end. But you know, part of that we'll give to the PBC. But I didn't have that much ill intent towards Spence. It was just I was Team Crawford in that sense. Whereas this one, everyone knows I actively don't like Tyson Fury, and I actively don't like Tony Bellew, or I didn't, especially when he was fighting. So it just gave me more glee to see both of them like get beat up that way in the ring, not outside the ring, in the ring. The only other one I would say is maybe the Tony Bellew and Adonis Stevenson. That was a great time as well. Can't lie. Arrivals were so short. Yeah, it was a bit underwhelming. I like the plane thing though, and Usyk's outfit was cold. Like, my phone was charging. and I think it was on silent. Fair enough. All right, I let you off. Well, you're here, man. You was number one as you always are. So respect to you. Actually, funny enough, the fight is on. I don't think I've ever watched it through the TNT Sports broadcast, and I don't think I've watched it through the Sky Sports broadcast as well. But I might have, because I'm sure their scorecards are a bit different. I'll have to take a look. Better Spence and PBC were avoiding Bud. Yeah, I hear that. Seen Morel Benavides open workout scrap. I've seen one of the still images. I haven't watched it, but I will watch it because that looks obviously like it's getting a bit spicy. So, but that's how it needs to be. That's what I'm looking forward to. Oh, I ignored the better part. All right, fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, look, let me know what you guys think of the grand rivals. Let me know what you think of the fights on the weekend. Who you think is gonna, who you think is gonna take the victories. Obviously, you guys know I'm gonna drop the prediction videos. There is a couple of fights on the undercard which I think you might be surprised in my predictions, but we all know what I think about the main event. I'm just putting out the video for the sake of I always put out the video, but everyone here who's watching knows what I think. I think the only interesting thing is if I think there's a stoppage or if I think it goes points. Tony says it was handbags. Benavides always seems to have a problem with everyone outside the ring. Yeah. Can't lie, man, them are doing too much when it comes to Dillian White. Tete fight weren't even that bad, I think. Now, do you know what? The Tete fight, I enjoyed the fight for what it was, but the problem is, it is Ebenezer Tete, who people only have ever seen get knocked out in one round. So for you to go 7 rounds and then even have to be like ducking and surviving and trying to, do cross guard on the ropes at times and stuff, it just looks a certain way. Even though you won every single round, like you were supposed to be, on levels with the top guys. So like Tete ain't really supposed to be getting past 3 rounds max. But also in that fight, I don't know if anyone was notices, and I'll put it into my boxing group chat. I'm gonna probably come back to the Discord soon. I actually went on there the other day to check the to check some of the channels on Discord, and I'm gonna jump back in there soon. But I saw in the Dillian White fight and Ebenezer Tete, I thought it might have just been me, but everyone started seeing it now and confirming. Dillian's right foot didn't look right. If you look at the way his foot and his heel and the whole side of his foot was basically, it's almost like he was walking on the side of his foot. It was literally sliding leaning halfway out the side of the boot. And I'm wondering, could that have been part of the reason why his he quote unquote didn't have no power, because he didn't really have no way to sit down on the punch? Because I don't ever remember seeing his foot lean and twist like that so much in a fight before. I haven't seen it in any of his previous ones. So I mean, maybe it was just me seeing something, but a few other people have confirmed, yeah, they saw it as well. So you can kind of let me know what you think about that. Dave Allen getting ironed out. Fair dues. What's going on here? Why is all this stuff popping up? Philip, I rewatched the first fight yesterday and I still had it to Usyk before it was 16-11. After rewatching it, it was a 17-11. Same rounds as the first, but 7th round I thought was a swing round. So does that mean that you gave the 7th round as even then? Like you scored it a draw because you couldn't split it. Yeah, bro. Dubois is Dubois. He annihilated AJ. Dillian jab was decent, body shots, and yeah, Tete lasted a bit longer than he should have, but he was not hurt once, and Tete quit. Is harsh, I reckon. I mean, I hear you. I won't sort of disagree. It could have. I think it was just the fact that the work that he did just wasn't. He didn't look clean. If he took 7 rounds, but he looked clean and controlled, then yeah. But he did look a bit. There was times where it's almost like he was getting put under pressure by Tete, making it look like he was about to go life and death with him. So I think that's the issue. The optics of it just look a certain way. But I didn't mind, for what it was. I thought the fight was a lot more entertaining than it was supposed to be. That is a bit of an indictment because it was never supposed to be entertaining. But yeah, in terms of a free evening of boxing on a Sunday, can't really complain. Fidel Tawadi, I noticed Dillian leg problem too, but honestly, I think he's done regardless. David Hay moves better with torn Achilles. Okay, I mean, look, if you think he's washed, you think he's done. I can't argue with that. I can see what other people see, but I just want him to be able to have the fights that he wants to have, win, lose or draw. At least he can say he fought the fights he wanted to fight now, and then he can kind of sail off. I know we're all part of the Fury haters club, but does anyone give Fury any chance of winning? It's still heavyweight. I give him 15%. The thing is, there is a way I can see him winning this fight, but I don't think that he'll commit to that way. And he also, I feel he has to know that basically, I think the fight for Fury has to be a 4 or a 5 round fight. He has to go in there with the mindset of it's all or nothing for 4 rounds. And if I can't take you out, I have to accept that I'm about to get stopped. But I think that mindset, if he's got that mindset, then he could very well pull off an upset. Because there are certain key advantages I could see him I could see him using and certain scenarios to sort of get the victory. But yeah, really, really and truly, I just think, you moved good for, a heavyweight in a land of slow, cumbersome heavyweights. But when it comes to this little, small, nimble, fleet-footed guy, you realize that, your advantages are now your disadvantages, which is a place you've never been in your career. Yeah, I had it a draw in the 7th. Okay, thank you. I think Usyk wins again. Thankfully, I'll only be watching the main event as I'm at the Palace game. Oh, cool. Who are Palace playing on Saturday? It's because I know they're playing Arsenal on tomorrow for the EFL. Who are they playing on Saturday though? Oh wait, they're playing Arsenal back to back. Oh snap! Okay. Jeez. Well, I can't lie. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Yeah, I need Arsenal to win in the EFL, in the League Cup. Kind of got them in a little accumulator, but I'm gonna put money on Palace to win at home on Saturday to balance things up. Thank you very much for that one. Man like James in the building, shout out to you. Dillian just proved that he belongs with Tete in the ring. Forget about his fight wish. Fidel, come on, like let him have what he wants to have, man. If he wants that work, let him get it. Is Platform Sports Dillian's company or Michael's? What's happening with Baby Thing? Yeah, no, Platform Sports, I don't know if it actually belongs to either of them, but if it I think they're just another broadcast, another outlet. But if they were, they'd probably be more Michael's than Dillian's, to be fair. And in terms of Baby, he literally had a black tie gala just I think it was on Friday, just gone. So yeah, and he still does his shows at like the Tolworth Leisure Centre and that. Man like Hayweather, shout out to you, big ups. Instant loss. Don't even stop it. Man like Raw Holcomb in the building, shout out to you. And yeah, appreciate Saturday, man. I mean, you only so imagine after Lucas's fight. So I've gone out the back, and he's like, "Oh, I've seen his dad. His dad's, proper, proper emotional about everything." So it's like, okay, I'm getting ready to set up the interviews. Like, oh yeah, dad, this guy does the interviews and everything. So I'm just gonna talk to him, and then like we can kind of go. But then he stepped out of the room to go and like say what's up to some people that was in the hallway, and then he just never came back. I think he went upstairs, maybe it was locker rooms, showers, or whatever. But I didn't have the time to wait, so I packed up my stuff and then I bounced because I had to go somewhere that was about 20 minutes down the road, and I had to get there before a certain time. So unfortunately, I didn't get to do the post-fight interview, but the fight itself, I was thoroughly impressed. £50 well spent. I don't care if I lose one and win the other. Okay, here's a question then. Which one would you rather win and which one would you rather lose? Would you rather win the one in the league or the one in the League Cup? Let me know. Shout out to Wave. Fury is knocking Usyk out. I can see it in his eyes. He is locked in. Well, we'll find out. I mean, we're only about, 4 days away? What percentage did you give Dubois against AJ? I think I gave him 30%. Yeah, I think I gave him 30 to 35% because I could see the way that Dubois could win the fight. I just didn't believe that AJ would let him do it. And then ultimately AJ didn't have a choice. Dubois said, "We're fighting this fight my way. You either gonna knock me out or you getting knocked out. But like we're going to war from the first moment." I didn't think he would come into it that quickly because he didn't come into the Miller fight that quickly or the Hrgovic fight. So yeah, I said haters gotta hate. It was a mistake to move to Gibraltar. I believe he doesn't live the life. Too comfy, getting fat, no improvements in coordination, conditioning, and I would like to see him get back. Well, he lives in Portugal and he trains in the US. So, but yeah, I mean, I hear it. I'm not gonna argue with you about, but I'm still always gonna salute and ride for Dillian, just generally speaking, because there's just stuff about him, I resonate with. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna ever pick him to win certain fights. If I think he's gonna get beat, I'll tell you guys. You know me, I don't cap when it comes to the predictions, but in terms of supporting, it's unconditional. The Usyk worship is now getting too much. I want Fury to do it, to swing the pendulum back to San. Look, you're just a disruptor of order, and I can't deal with you, man. I was a bit disappointed last night. The Monday Night Smoke didn't even acknowledge the Dennis Father test fail. But you know what? I mean, look, let's be real. Who cares about Dennis McCann in the grand sense of things? Like he's not a name. It wasn't. I mean, it was an alright fight on the undercard, but it wasn't a fight that the man then was calling for. So they're not really going to address it. I get it. You should really talk about this stuff, but it would have literally been a 2-minute back and forth, and then it would have moved back to something else that was a bit more relevant. And obviously with KG just calling people left, right, and center, they didn't have time to to discuss everything. You know what I mean? So betting on Arsenal after the weekend, risky move. I know. I said that I wouldn't. I said that I would no longer put them in the accumulators, but this one, I just got a feeling, But yeah, I mean, anything I do next week, they won't be involved. Oh, do you know what? Speaking of that, right? So there's this thing I do certain times, right? If I go on, say I got a little accumulator and like a team is playing and they're winning like 1-0 and there's like 3-4 minutes to go or something like that. I've started doing this thing where I might just fling £5 down on the draw, just in case. So if the accumulator gets busted or whatever, because this team now goes for the draw, now I'll still make some money back from it. And if it doesn't get busted, then I lose that money, but I'm still in with the other one. So imagine the Man United match now. Man United are losing, but I can see that they're in the game still, and I'm looking at the odds, and I think at one point they got to like, I'm not sure if it was 166 to 1 or if it was like 66 to 1. It was one or the other, and I was like, you know what? I want to fling down like a. Initially, I was like, I'm gonna fling down a £10 on the draw, but then literally, I'm looking at it. I'm just waiting for the odds to get just a little bit better, and then I've put the thing on the draw, and then I've looked at the win. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put down like a £5 on the win as well. Next thing I know, my thing's suspended. So I'm like, what's going on here? Then obviously I see that on the TV it shows me that Ahmad just gets taken out. So obviously it's a penalty. I'm like, oh, so I can't even do the draw thing now. But then I'm looking, and then obviously so they score, and then the draw goes down to some mad crazy numbers. But then the win for United wasn't it was like 15-2 or something like that, or 15-4. It wasn't good. I was like, if it goes to like 10-1 or 16-1, I can slap a £5 down on there. Next thing I know, I'm about to tap to go onto it, and then it's suspended again, and Ahmad does his thing and scores the second goal. I was like, you man. But at the end of the day, I was happy for the victory, even though, you know, I couldn't capitalize on it. But I did actually, in one of my accumulators, it didn't come off. I did actually predict United to win at 4-1. So, you know, shout out. Man like Aaron Daly, shout out to you, big up. Do you think it's too early for Moses Talma? I think this is a tough fight for him. It would be a very tricky fight because obviously Dempsey McKean, what is he, 6'7", 6'8"? He's a tall guy with a long range, but he is a bit upright. So I think that Moses will be able to get on the inside, close that distance quite quickly. He's quicker than Dempsey, but if Dempsey can keep him at range, at least from the first couple of rounds, it'd be interesting. When Dillian KO one of these guys, I want to hear from everyone. I hear that. Man like Raymond Hell, shout out base, thoughts on C4 on the weekend, where's the ceiling? I mean, look, C4 was good. The fight itself was good. Look, he got caught cold. He obviously suffered a 10-8, which was a horrible way to start the fight. But the thing is, there's loads of rounds where if you wanted to just base it on activity or maybe what's landing, you could have actually given him the rounds. But there was just other times, even though like Mosquera was landing on gloves or the punches themselves weren't necessarily scoring, they just were looking like they were having a bigger impact. And I think he was getting consideration. So I scored it 114. And that's because I had it basically 7 rounds to 6 over. So I gave Clark 7 rounds. I gave Clark 6 rounds. I gave Mosquera 5, and then I had 1 that was even. So I did manage to get him. So I guess that makes me his only interviewer for his debut. Yeah. Well, I mean, he should have stuck in the room and let me do the little 5-minute that we was planning to do. But it's alright. I'll catch him next time. Base, did you watch the Tunde and Pat Barrett clash? I haven't watched it yet. It's on the list to watch. I haven't done it yet, but I will do. I'll be honest, it doesn't bother me. I said the same thing last season when we had United in the same back-to-back. I hear that. Alright, so let's see what else have we got. Nice to see Congo out again tomorrow. We need him in a proper fight soon. Is he still with Boxer? Congo's not with Boxer. He's with Hennessy Sports. He's with Mick Hennessy. But yeah, it's good to see him. And I knew he told me a few months. Oh, round 9. Yes, thump him again. So he told me a few months ago that he was going to be on it again. It was the week after I saw him just after Wembley. They had Boxer had a show, I think, at the OVO, and he was there. And he said that no, it wasn't OVO, so it was Copper Box. But yeah, he said that he would be at the he would be doing the the pre-week fights again. So shout out to Congo. Obviously, he wouldn't say it on camera, but as soon as the camera stopped rolling, he let me know the deal. The way the powers that be want Fury to win, I'm not convinced Fury will be VADA tested for this fight. That's an interesting take. Didn't actually think about that one. Imagine if Usyk's getting like tested twice or 3 times a week, just random, and Tyson Fury ain't been tested since before the first fight. That would be funny. It'd be tragic, but it'd be funny. Do we start to question Buddy McGirt? No, not really. I wouldn't be questioning it. I know what you're referring to, but I personally wouldn't. Who's he got out in Portugal? Then Portuguese women are hard to say no to. What you're saying is he ain't got his legs underneath him. Yeah? Is that what man's saying? I hear it though. Never know. Eddie's lucky that this time it wasn't one of his fighters. Well, yeah. But that being said, a lot of it, if you think about it, the reason it's always Eddie's fighters is because he's the only one paying for additional layers of testing. A lot of these other guys ain't doing that. I hear you. I also always like Dillian. Just gotta be real. Maybe he can come back when he slims down to the 240s, but that'll likely never happen. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, if for nothing else, Dillian will give you entertainment outside the ring, and he'll give you enough jeopardy inside the ring to make it intriguing. So, why is the International Women's Day event in London when Lauren is a big sell in Cardiff? Makes no sense. Is she a big sell in Cardiff? I mean, I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I don't think the stadium was full when she was at the Cardiff arena back in, when was it, May? I could be wrong, but that being said, I'm quite happy for it to be in London because I want to go and I ain't got time to be traveling to Cardiff on a Friday. I got work, so I just come straight from work straight down to Royal Albert Hall. Happy with that. And you also got to remember, I think a lot of the people on the undercard, a lot of the women on the undercard are going to be like London based or like Watford or Surrey, in them kind of areas. So thoughts on C4, where's he going? Looks a bit small at Cruiser. No, I think I think he'll come back. I think he's European. I mean, I've never thought he would win a world title, but I definitely think he could be like upper European level, like maybe like a good world title contender. Base is your man Dillian washed. I thought he looked terrible over the weekend. Well, he's seen better days, but at the end, I need to give him the grace that he's had 2 fights now this year. I need to see if he looks better in the next fight. If he looks better in the next fight, then there's enough there to do something. I mean, he's never going to be a world champion. He's never going to be at that level, but he can still beat a couple people and have some fun fights. But if in his next fight he looks awful, or his next fight is like a proper hard fight, then it's kind of the cash out season. Yes, Eddie is lucky this time. No one's even talking about Dennis. Only the bookies win whenever you lay. I won some money a couple weeks back actually. Need the veteran heavyweights to stick to fighting each other. They'll get hurt bad by the upcomers. Well, that's true, but they're veterans for a reason. They've paid their dues. We don't need them to be gatekeepers or doing passing of the torch. No, but fight each other, retire, and then let the new crop basically pick up the slack and make them all have to fight each other. I say it right now, Usyk will definitely win by KO, no points win. I like the sound of that. I'm not even saying that I agree with you, but I like the sound of it. I thought it was a close fight and it could have gone either way depending on what you like. Yeah, that was a genuine close fight between Chef Clark and Leonardo Mosquera. Very, very close. Even the 117-113 scorecard that Clark got as crazy as it sounds, I can see how he got to that card. But there was about three. He probably had about 3 or 4 like draw rounds in there, and he was literally giving Clark the work for the act, not just the activity but the accuracy, because Mosquera, a lot of his stuff was getting blocked on gloves and that. I'm looking forward to seeing what Ishmael Davis can do on the card. I mean, shout out to Ishmael, but that's a tall order. He's got the right style for it, but he ain't got the experience, and I don't think he's got the gas tank. And I don't know if he hits hard enough to really bother troops like that, but he's got the right style. Shout out to G-Man Boxing in the building. Salute to you. What are you watching? Yeah, I was watching Fury Usyk in the background. Base me and you live a day or two after the fight. Yeah, we can do that. It probably, I'm trying to think. It can be in the evening on Sunday. If not, next Tuesday. You can definitely come. We have a chat on here. And that being said, actually, I've got 45 minutes. If anybody, whether G-Man, whether it's you, whether anyone else in the chat, let's do it. Let's do another. Bring some people on. This time though, because last time there was someone who did click the link and they didn't get to come on because me and Anthony Ayweather was chopping it up. So I'm just gonna let everyone in, whoever wants to jump on, but we'll do parliamentary procedure. Good point, Anthony Ayweather. That Dr. Usman is back in Fury's camp. Would you date Clarissa Shields if she was the last woman on Earth? I mean, I do need an offspring, but I don't think I want one that badly. To be fair, if she was the last woman on Earth, that would mean that my mom's not here, so therefore they would have no grandparents to see them. So if that's the case, then I'll probably skip it. C4 is good. He can win the rematch, and I think Eddie will make it. That was a really good fight to watch. Yeah, definitely best fight on the card. The pro Fury fanbase struggled to give a coherent opinion on how Fury beats Usyk in the rematch. Pure hopium and unrealistic scenarios. E.g., ultra mobile fit Fury for 12 rounds. Yeah. Will Dillian's pride allow him to be gatekeeper? I think if he can get good money, if he can get like those upper level gatekeeper fights kind of thing, but really big money, I reckon he'll take it. But to be honest, I think he just wants to fight certain people. If he gets those fights, he's happy. I don't know if he's really going to bother with the others. What's next for AJ? I don't know. I mean, I think they're either waiting for a Dubois rematch, or if maybe hoping that Joseph Parker can win the belt and then get the belt off Parker. But ultimately, I think his next fight is going to be Tyson Fury, whether Tyson Fury wins or loses. And then I think he just might retire after that, rather than even going back for the Dubois fight. Not because he doesn't want to, but maybe the team just won't think it's worth it. Chev needs to work on defense. He gets hit by too many hooks. Yeah, his arms is always quite wide out, but it's those big muscles and shoulders. He just can't get that. I know what you mean. Davis is getting cooked on Saturday. Base, what level do you think Conor Benn is? B minus. I think he's like a world level guy. He can fight. He can have world level fights, but I just don't think he basically beats most of the world level guys. I think he loses to the majority, but has fun fights. I think that's his ceiling. Sunday would be good. Tuesday, I'm meeting my friends for Christmas drinks. Okay, because Sunday I've got a live stream at 2:00. So yeah, in the evening, if you're free in the evening, we could set up a stream and go live. It's been a while. It'd be good to chop it up. I haven't seen you in about 6 months. You see how Bricktop is saying that he's glad people are saying Usyk is generational great because when Tyson wins, he'll be generational great because he beat Usyk. These sycophants, man. I mean, yeah, it doesn't quite work the same way. Usyk's a generational great because he's doing what he's doing to guys that outweigh him and outsize him by like 6 inches of height and 45 pounds of weight. Um, the bigger man will never get the same amount of credit for beating the smaller man. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve the credit if he wins, because Usyk is a generational great. So you at least have to say that Tyson Fury is of great stature to be able to win. Maybe I'll hop on in a wee bit, having a bit to eat. Yeah, if I'm still on, feel free to jump on. But Clarissa is alright. No, do you know what? I've said it before. The thing with Clarissa is not the looks, because it's mad. Clarissa's got like she's like ugly fine. She looks good at times. Like she's like, from certain angles, she looks really like she's nice. But I just couldn't have her as the mother of my child, especially if I have no parents for that child to to see, or for them to be able to embrace their grandchild. So I just wouldn't bother, because that's just too much headache and hassle. Shield's last woman on earth, or touch yourself with gloves made from sandpaper. Gloves. I don't know if I'll go that far. I mean, I ain't trying to like cripple myself. I just might have to, abstain from both. Off topic, but are you looking forward to a new Superman trailer this Thursday? No, not really. I'm not a Superman fan like that. I think he's alright, but I don't really, not really that bothered. What would make you think Connor is world class? That's a very bold. I didn't say world class. I said he's probably of world level. Like, he'll be competitive, but he won't. I don't think he'll win. Or if not, there's upper European, but that's still a decent enough level. We've all had worse. I told you that we should trade Caleb Plant for Conor Benn. Y'all acted like I was crazy. Clarissa Shields is like a character straight out of the Boondocks, and not in a positive way. Trash for real, bro. Yeah, I hear it. No, she's ugly fine. Like, there's, from certain angles she looks hot, but other angles is like, maybe not. But this is me talking. I'm acting like I'm the nicest guy. I'm not. I'm just, I say what I say. Trust me, she's got cheeks. P.S. What is the Holland and Barrett thing? You man ain't gonna let that lie. That was a lot of scrambling around. I hear it still. Ugly fine. I know what you mean. Remy. Oh no, Remy Ma. I mean, Remy Ma might be ratchet and all that, but she's levels above Clarissa, like, looks wise. But again, that's another headache I don't need. See how she's been doing Pap. I mean, boy, man should have took some of that alphabetical slaughter energy and put it into his manhood, because she just stripped all of that away. With that Rodden staff pause, I would slay if any demons within Clarissa. Okay. All right. Well, if anyone's up for the task, it's clearly Jam Down. Bro, she's got a Baumgartner is hot. Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, she could, if she was the last woman on earth, she could be the mother of the children. He hasn't beat any of the British dons, even man like McKinson or Esserman. I'm not convinced. I mean, I hear that they didn't want to take him around the British and the traditional route. I hear it. But I'm realizing that they mostly recruit Leng holistic healthy Jones down there. So it might be my new spot. Okay, fair enough. Luckily fine, never heard that. What's happening with my girl Marshall? She's in the PFL. I think she's gone straight over to she prefers the kicking now. And don't let Papoose find out about Caroline too far. Shout out to my Capricorn sister Caroline. Big up each and every time. Her fighting on her birthday is crazy. Her fighting the day before my birthday is even crazier. So she's actually gonna be back on the channel soon. We're gonna do another interview, prepping for the new fight. Just waiting for my son to come in and I'll jump in. All right, cool. Well, yeah, I'm good. I'm here for about another 15 minutes or so, 15, 20, and then I'm heading out for a few hours, run some errands. I just found out that Chris Mannix married Sanisa Estrada. Yeah, I mean, they're engaged. I don't know if they're actually married just yet, but I mean, I don't know what he did, but congratulations to him. That's probably the only scorecard he got right. Fish, she's inconsiderate given that Christmas is the season of shit. Eddie trying to get the Chris fight now because he knows Ben would get battered by anyone decent. They're not even trying to age out Chris because they know this. No, I mean, I think that I think the Barrios fight is actually a lot more winnable for Conor Ben than the Eubank fight, even though I think he could win the Eubank fight as well. Yes, please hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen, as Fidalto Wildy says. I don't even know what the likes are on, but if you're here, please do so. Why is no one talking about McCann failing the drugs test? He's not big news. It's one of them ones, like that's literally news for a day, and then it's off again. I mean, I think the Fight Disciples may have mentioned it on their show on Monday, I think. But yeah, it's not gonna be on TalkSport. You know, if I was Eddie Hearn, I'd be calling up TalkSport asking Simon, hold on, Simon, why is this not news now all of a sudden? Like, why are we not talking about this one? But we all know why, because it's nothing to do with Matchroom, and it's not a big name like Conor Ben. Because he's not Conor Ben. There you go. Eddie is best buddies with Frank, so he will allow McCann. I don't know, could you say that? But let's not forget, it was his fighter that Imam was supposed to be fighting. So, as much as he's been like, he's got his process to go through and he made a couple little veiled remarks, if I was him, I would just say it's just interesting how when it's me, you man can't shut up about it, but yet everyone else, you have no energy for them. Because he's made them sort of comments in the videos recently, like in the last year and a half or so, stating that he's noticing people ain't keeping the same energy for others that they keep for him. But that's only because they know that Eddie will still do work with people, even if they've chewed him out. Like, he'll still work with them. Whereas others, you lose that relationship, it's gone. Shout out to iLucan. Apparently Luke Partridge hasn't spoken to Paris in 3 months, completely locked in. Yeah, I saw that quote. I mean, if that's the case, at this point, let's be honest, they've been married for what, 11 years? Like, probably longer, maybe 14, 15 years at this point. Maybe 3 months apart is what they need to stay fresh. Who knows? Shout out to man like North Bank Bren in the building. Salute to you. All right, so the fight card on the weekend, right? If there's going to be one upset, I mean, we're not an upset because both guys are theoretically could win in theory. What fight do you predict there to be the upset in, if there was going to be one? Let me know. With friends like that, you don't need enemies. You think that applies to AY? Maybe. Do you agree with Simon Jordan that Fury winning is better for the heavyweight division? Unfortunately, yes, I do agree because, you know, we're very xenophobic in most places. I think most places are very, xenophobic, patriotic, and him winning, they will put more money into fights with him and AJ or him and other Brits or him and even another Usyk fight than they would if Usyk wins. He won't get enough. Like he'll get good money, but he won't get another big payday again, kind of thing. And even though he's a good character, again, as I said, they're xenophobic. So yes, in terms of for the West and for people that speak fluent English and all that stuff, yes, it's more beneficial for Fury to win. But I'm just happy that I don't work on what's more beneficial. I work on who deserves the victory. And the person that deserves the victory to me is the person that treated boxing the way it's supposed to be treated and treated it with hard work, dedication, discipline, and honor. Have you talked about Isaac versus Vidal? What you reckon? Haven't spoken about it, but I do. I mean, look, me and Isaac are cool. Like I'm, I really like the trajectory that he's been on, and I really sort of just like him as a person. He's given me a lot of time. We've had some good conversations. Obviously from ends, like I used to be pretty much in Brixton, Tulse Hill, all of my younger years, even though obviously I'm a Blueborough boy. Family was on both sides. It was either Brixton or it was Brockley, Catford. So but with that being said, I think Vidal is just too young, too fresh, too experienced for him. Johnny Bosch Fisher losing. Oh, okay, so you think that could be the biggest, the most likely upset? That's interesting. Most guys need a 3-month break from their missus. Being married is enough to take up boxing just for the 12-week camp to escape her. I mean, that might be the way to keep the sanity. I wouldn't know, but yeah, we'll assume. Moses the town of okay. So you think that could be the most likely upset with Dempsey McKean getting the victory? It's interesting. Waved, getting out boxed and schooled by the Doncaster de la Hoya. I hear that. Absolutely not. Fury's conduct is a terrible example for the future fighters coming up. We need Usyk to win to set a good example. Yes, that's my thoughts on it. I know some people don't look at that. Oh, you have to see the people at the bottom and let them rise to the top, and and they have to be relatable. Now, when it comes to elite level sports, I just want to see the people that treat the sport the way with the dignity it deserves. Like Fury's done way too much. Like Fury's an outlier in terms of getting to where he's got to with little to no with strong abilities but little to no, I guess, discipline and work ethic. But that's not what you want to show the next generations, to make them think that they can do what he done, because he's an anomaly in that sense. Most people treating their bodies and doing what he did will burn out quicker than Ricky Hatton. That's the fact of it. Okay, a town where losing is the most realistic upset. I hear that. Fisher versus Babbage, there could be an upset. Alan seems to be really training properly this time around if you follow his YouTube. Okay. Dave Allen beating Johnny Fisher. Okay. No, base, you're wrong on that one. What am I wrong on? Oh, I know what you mean. No. Yeah, but okay, I get what you mean. I've seen it here, Anthony. No, but look, when we're talking about, you think about it, all of these men are here for the short term. Fury's here for maybe 2-3 more fights maximum. Usyk 2, maybe 3 fights again. Like, in terms of who's going to generate more money, who's going to generate more interest, it is going to be Tyson Fury. I don't like the fact that that's the case, but he will generate more interest because there's a lot of other degenerate people that can relate to him. It's hard to relate to someone who is, holds themselves to the standard of Usyk, because most people are flawed. You know what I mean? So yeah, while I don't like it definitely, Fury winning is better for the sport, but I just don't want him to win. Fury by stoppage would be the biggest upset. Okay. I'm going for Ishmael to do it. Heart overhead. I hear that. Watch how popular the Diva route will be if Fury wins. Yeah. You want Atuma to follow Fury's conduct or Usyk's? Trust me, Usyk winning is much better for the long-term health of boxing. I mean, the long-term health, yeah, but for the commercial, but they're talking about the commercial aspects of it right now, and it is more likely that Fury is the better option. But I see what you're saying, and I don't disagree with that part. I don't agree. When Fury and Wilder had the belts, boxing went down the drain, and he didn't deserve it anyway. Usyk will rematch Dubois, fight Opata, etc. Much better things to come with him. Okay, all right. I hear what you're saying, but some people don't care about the fights. They care about the characters. They care about the storylines and the narratives. Fury can give you a storyline, but I hear what you're saying. Also, Usyk might fight better when he comes up to Cruiser. Yeah, that would be a great fight. I think it's harsh to say Fury has no discipline. Why is that harsh to say? I mean, just look at his career. Look at his life. If he had discipline, his weight wouldn't yo-yo as much as it does. He wouldn't be seen like legless, falling out of pubs straight after, losing the biggest fight of his life. He wouldn't have ballooned up to over 440 pounds. Like, he might be able to have temporary discipline, but at the end of the day, I can have discipline when I'm saving for a car. It doesn't mean that I have the discipline to save infinitum. It is what it is. Usyk very much seems like he is disciplined all year round, like in all walks of life. I don't know if we can see that with Fury, but I could be wrong. But that's my interpretation. We need Usyk to win because it's part of, like Jules said, the Great Reset. Yeah. Meant to put Allen versus Fisher, not Fisher versus Babbage. I hear you. Man like Jack Knight, shout out to you. I ain't seen you around for a little while, man. Good that you're back. Fury retires if he wins anyway. Watch him snake turkey. I hear that still. I can see that. Isn't boxing like a soap opera? Yeah, in thoughts. Thoughts on the possibility of AI judging? I'm pretty sure we'll get one. We'll get man like VADA, innit? I'm sure we'll get like a VADA judge or not VADA, sorry, a VAR judge just somewhere, just checking to make sure that punches landed where it's supposed to land. They might have to like paint the boxes in like invisible or luminous paint that like the AI cameras can see where something hits at each point and they can score it. If they did things like that, it might be interesting. It might be interesting to trial it in like one of the low level fights, or have it as like I said, like a VAR system. So if there's mad scorecards, you go to the VAR judge and see what that saw and was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Not enough people hitting the like. Why is that so hard? Yeah, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. Unlocking Faith documentary. Shout out to you, Usyk late stoppage. I like the sound of that. Sorry, base. My bro life has been all over the place. Got to be locked in these times. So now, do you know what? I hear you about life, man, and I hope everything's getting well. Like, life has not been kind to me all year. Like, I've quite openly said 2024 was like the worst year of my life. I've had a couple stinkers. Luckily, I've had more better times than bad ones. But 2019 wasn't a great year. 2020 wasn't a great year, but I was all right in that one. 2024, by far, like worst year of my life. I wouldn't even wish to like swap it with someone else because they don't deserve what I've gone through this year. Early if Fury tries to force the pace. I mean, I hear that, but I think Fury's best option to win this fight is to treat it like it's a 4 or 5 round fight. He just has to win, like any means, all costs. Like be dirty, throw elbows, throw low blows, risk getting disqualified, but just make Usyk hurt and damage like 2, 3, 4 rounds and see if you can get him out of there. After that, just accept if he's still standing after 5, then I'm about to get knocked out. That's the commitment he's gonna have to show, in my opinion. Turkey has won for the fight this weekend, which won't affect the result. Okay, I must have said something. Turkey has won for the fight this weekend, which won't have... VAR thing, AI. Okay, I see what you mean. I get it. I want the black ref with the crazy bulge. Steve Willis being digitized as an AI ref for all eternity. You need to preserve him. Yeah, shout out to man like Steve Willis. Man like Jay Lanks in the building. Salute to you, sir. What's your New Year's resolution? I don't have one. My New Year's resolution is not New Year's. It's every day from now. It's literally to try and live each day as best as I can. That's not a New Year's. It's just my mantra for the time being. I'm trying to eat a tiny bit better than I have been eating recently after certain things that's been going on family wise. I'm just trying to make sure I'm breathing at the end of each day and at the start of every other one. That's all I care about. Anything else in between is a blessing. 24 has been dead 100%, but look, man, we got strong comebacks. Every day we gotta spin those plates back around, do those 180s, and keep pushing forward. There is beauty in the struggle. Let's keep grafting and keep your heads up. Shout out to Anthony. He makes perfect sense. You have been my main source for boxing this year, base. So bless off and keep it. I appreciate that, Hot Pies. I didn't actually. It's weird if someone telling me that I've been their main source because this channel ain't that big. Like, I'm not getting the views like certain other channels are. So for someone to be like, yo, you're the one either keeping me entertained or keeping my mind occupied on something, because someone said that to me the other day, like, I respect it. Thank you. That's all I can, I'm not a guy, I don't take praise well. So I don't really know how to respond a lot of the time, but I am appreciative of like when people, especially if they go out of their way to make something known. So shout out to you, Hot Pies, and thank you for that. Usyk can't let it go to the cards. Turkey wants Fury versus AJ next. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Base, just keep applying yourself to the craft. Only good things could be gained from the workout. Yeah, that's why I'm still here, man. I mean, I think a lot of people would have dipped out if the subscriber count didn't start to see a big increase like a year ago. But I'm here. I made a commitment. I'm gonna stick by it until I'm no longer physically able to. Emma, shout out to you. One of my favorites on the channel, because Emma is just raw, like unfiltered, uncut. Like, she gets you straight. No airs and graces. There's no honey with the medicine. It's just straight violence. But I love Emma. I love her takes, and the chat we had when you came on the channel that time was amazing. Ade or someone should invite you to. Well, not. I mean, to be fair, Fidel, he's actually done that. I went on Ade's channel, I think, when I had about 330 subscribers. I've been on there before I had a channel, but I think I had about 330, 360 subscribers. He brought me on. We did a free episode series. My subscriber count doubled. I think it went to about 800 in the next month. So Ade's done a lot for me. I'll always be grateful. It would be nice if we do the invite. I was supposed to get him on. I'm going to try and get him on after Riyadh, maybe on the 23rd. But yeah, it's schedule's hectic. But I do, we need to chop it up again. And yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind going back on this channel, getting another little look in from his new subscriber base. It would be great, but I can't rely on him or G-Man or October Red or, you know, Undefeated or anyone else to grow my subscriber base. It's just got to be from me and the work that I'm putting in. Well, mine is to keep promises, because this year I haven't been good at keeping them, and it needs to stop now. I hear that, but you know what I've said, Philip, you don't have to wait until the January 1st. Like, start from now. Even if you just make little small promises, little small agreements to yourself, just build it up from those little tiny ones. Maybe just, you know, promise your mom that you'll take the bins out, something small like that, and just do that repetition, and then from there just keep moving, just bit by bit, increase. And to anyone watching, I'm saying that because, like, Philip's young. I think have you turned 7? You haven't turned 17 yet, have you, Philip? But so that's something that's achievable at a young age. I agree, by the way, but Fury needs to make this a 4 to 6 round fight, walk him down and make a dent. I know that sounds so ignorant because Usyk is so elusive, but Fury can't win on the cards. Well, he can win on the cards if they want him to, because they tried to make him win the first fight. He won. At absolute best you could maybe give him is 5 rounds, and that's if you're being extremely generous and finding every single close round. But someone still managed to find 7 rounds to give him. Realistically, he won 3 rounds in that fight, which was 4, 5, and 6. He didn't even win the 7th, and he got, you know, the significant punches in the 12th weren't landed by him, but they found a way, you know. Same with, to be honest, they found a way to give AJ a split decision in the second Usyk fight, so I'm not surprised. Usyk just has to know that this is what's going to happen, isn't it? So you got to step on that gas from early. Don't underestimate how inspirational your content might be to viewers. I'm learning that day by day. That's one of the reasons why when I'm like, oh, I don't even want to do a video today. Or that's one of the reasons why I still try and get to it, because of things like that. We need to do an end of year review for our top 5, 10 shows after Riyadh. See, so on the 27th, Friday the 27th, we're gonna do something. Boxing Day, I was thinking, but no, I'm probably gonna be out Boxing Day. But on the 27th, which I think is the Friday, I'm gonna do a stream that day, and I'm gonna do a extra casual stream, and that's gonna be the last live stream I do before we get to the end of year awards. So, like, knockout of the year, fight of the year, male fighter of the year, female fighter of the year, performance of the year, and that stuff. Next year I'll be 17, and mostly it's when I say I'll do a workout, then just bottle it in the end. Okay, so yeah, like I said, little things like that. Start with meaningful tasks around the house. I promise I'm gonna do this, and then you do that, and then next one, oh, I promise that I'm gonna walk to the end of the road or walk to this place rather than catch the bus. Get your headphones, do it. Trust me, like, sooner, after a while, it just becomes second nature. But if you need to, like, you know, hit me up on socials. I'll give you my details if you ever need a chat, or you need some encouragement or words of advice or whatever. I'll try and help. Try to get your daily steps in 100%. I'm sitting on about 13,000 steps at the minute for today. I always try to do at least my minimum 6,000, and for the most part, I'm normally good with that. And I'm quite good in the. I walk to the gym in the mornings, like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. So literally, I walk to the gym and walk back. By the time I get back home, my 6,000 steps is done. So everything else from there on in is a bonus. Good to have you back. Just had a work Zoom. Okay. Set small achievable tasks and increase as you go. There you go. Trust me, Philip, we got you, man. If you need, like I said, if you need the support, like, you can shout me. Hit me on the socials. I'll send you some details. All right. look, I'm gonna leave it running for another 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go to my favorite outro music, as you guys know, well, less than 5 minutes maybe. And then yeah, I'm gonna shoot off because I do want to get to somewhere. I need to make a stop before I get there as well. I'm gonna read the last set of comments. Yeah. Oh, shout out Alex. Bass is a good brother, man. Yeah, no, and everyone, Alex is my favorite. I say troll, but I say troll in the most in the most loving sense. Like he's hilarious on the videos, and he always gets me to respond to the to the comments. And he gives me some mad scenarios that I've got to pick. Would you rather A or B's? Philip, you can DM. Okay, yeah. Alex had scorecards, iffy predictions, but good guy. Oh, bad scorecards is what. Yeah, that's a lie. My scorecards are A1. They should become undefeated promoter. We need somebody to get the big fights made, starting with Tony versus Travis. Don't worry, that one's in the works. That will be happening soon. Like, I can't talk about it just yet, but there is some news about that, which we will probably be disclosing. It might have to wait till the end of the year, but we will be disclosing some stuff there. So don't worry, it's coming. We need base in Saudi at least once. You know what? I got accreditation to go Saudi this week, but put it this way, I wasn't predicting on going, so I didn't have money like saved to do a Saudi trip. But I am aiming for the February one. So somehow we're going to try and work it to where I do go to the show in Saudi for February, and I'm going to work. Normally I go to these places, I'm like, I don't even want to do the content. If I go out there, I'm doing the content because there ain't no way I'm spending that kind of money, £700 to go flights and whatever to get there, and I don't get something out of it. It needs outsourced, yes. Man, like Star Fox, shout out to you, man. I was trying to watch WWE Saturday Night Live, but it's not on. Yeah, no, it was on YouTube. The network is actually closing at the end of the month. I thought it was going to stay alive over here, but the network's gone. All the content's moving to Netflix, but it's not even everything. I think it's just the PLEs. So yeah, it's mad. But yeah, if you go on Hot Pies, if you message me on Insta, no, message me on Twitter, to X. I've got the link to the actual show, so I can send you the show if you want to see it. Speaking of the February card, Danny put up a post saying the rematch was postponed. Said better be have had a wrist injury. Oh, okay. All right, I'll talk to him. Actually, hold on. If that's true, then it will already be in our BD group. Hold on, let me take a look. Okay, well, it's not in the BD group yet, so but I'll check. Fake account I'm seeing here. Okay, fake account, fake news. Yeah, just like the Okoli and Klitschko thing. That's great to hear about the. Yeah, I got the accreditation. They did my visa, so I've got a visa to go out to Saudi now, which it lasts until the 10th of March. So yeah, so I'm good to go to the next one as long as I get an accreditation. And start, you can't pack base in your suitcase, Tony. I would do. iPad I posted with the fake Michael Benson account. Oh, okay. Undefeated podcast got spoke to. Oh, mate. I got no socials, my bro. Appreciate it though. Oh, okay, hold on. Actually, all right, cool. If you ain't got socials, I think I have the link on my phone still. I think it's this. Check that link, Hot Pies. It might be there. If not, let me go into copy. Yeah, I think that's the right link. So yeah, check that one. It should be there. All right, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna bounce. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Live stream about 8:30 on Saturday, 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm only trying to do the last 3 fights. So yeah, everyone make sure obviously watch the football, and then we top it off with the match that we all need to see. Salute to you, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. I'm going to try to do episodes for tomorrow. There's going to be 2 sets of predictions out. Lance, shout out to you, appreciate you, thank you very much for being in the building, checking in. Yeah, there's going to be the undercard predictions. There'll be the the main event predictions, and I'll try to do a couple episodes around it as well. But yeah, with that being said, appreciate you all. That's the Hardcore Casual out.
Maybe I'ma make it, maybe I'm not. In time we'll see. But who better than me? I don't care if you agree. I ain't saying that I'm better than anyone, but who better than me?